I originally had an entire other video planned out for this week, but then one thing arose that I really felt that I needed to talk about and was way more important than my top 5 favorite books or whatever. By the way, the green screen's back. First off, yes, this is a real green screen this time. See, it's actual carpet. It's not just a painted green wall. Second, I'm about to talk about a really politically charged subject that is in the public eye of probably millions of people. So, just a forewarning, there will be opinions in this video. Getting that out of the way, these are opinions. What are my 2 absolute passions? Well, that's easy, man. First, you got the film side of things over here, and now you got the politics side over here. That's it. That's what I'm passionate about. Both of those things. So of course, this is an issue that I absolutely have to talk about, because what happens if you take this and mush it together? Yep, the Oscars drama. For those of you who don't know, a little background first. Jada Pinkett Smith, of the Smith family, recently released a statement saying that she was going to boycott the Oscars because of the lack of diversity. Of course, since this is America and the internet, every single problem in the world has to have a very feisty pro thing and a very feisty opposition. They will battle until they die. This has resulted in 2 basically factions coming together and fighting and seeing who's going to live up in the end. I mean, on the one hand, you've got all the people who are agreeing. It's like, yeah, this is wrong. There should be more diversity in the Oscars. Danny DeVito is one of them. Obviously, the entire Smith family is. But on the other hand, you have people who say, maybe there are no black actors because there weren't any good ones this year. I honestly would go with the fact that there just weren't any Oscar-worthy performances by minority races. But then I looked at some more data, and there's something to be done here. In the past decade, that's 2006 to 2016, only 9% of Oscar nominees have been black. That is a hugely disproportionate amount. And that's just the 4 main acting categories. Those acting categories look like a shining utopia of race equality compared to the rest of the entire Oscars. Mother Jones reports that in the same decade, with the exception of the songwriting category, there have only been 8 black nominations in the entire rest of the categories. 8! Now normally that would be enough. I mean, the data is there. But I'm going to step further. I honestly think that the Oscar drama is indicative of an entire mostly white culture in the rest of Hollywood. And I mean, this isn't entirely a stretch. If you look at all the Oscar-worthy roles done by African Americans in the past, there's shockingly little. There's very few roles that are written for African American people to play in a very dramatic setting. I'm not saying that Hollywood is doing this on purpose. There might just be subliminally doing it. I mean, after all, since the beginning age of Hollywood in the 1920s, Hollywood has been predominantly white. It just hasn't changed yet. The problem is, it's still a problem that exists today. I mean, if you think about it, who are maybe like the top 5 dramatic actors that are African American? Or any minority, really. Off the top of my head, it's like Denzel Washington, Samuel L. Jackson, Will Smith in Concussion, that was brilliant. Morgan Freeman sometimes, but not recently. That's honestly it. Now, I could already hear you typing in the comments, but Mikey, what about people like Kevin Hart and Ice Cube and people doing that? This is where we get into an entirely different category. One of the typical archetypes of Hollywood is the stereotypical black friend. And that's one of the only roles that African Americans have readily available in Hollywood. And while this stereotypical African American character isn't always attached to a protagonist, when they're on their own, when they are the main character, they're still pretty much the same character. And this is becoming increasingly common. For every one serious movie like Concussion, there's 5 movies named Meet the Blacks and 50 Shades of Black. Are you kidding? That's a real thing. Now, I'm not suggesting the solution is to just have more African American people in dramatic roles. No, I'm saying, why not we just diversify Hollywood in general? There are 2 types of ways that you can go about this. One, you could use a person's ethnicity as a character tool, like to have them have a background and have them be molded by the culture in which they grew up in. That's perfect. Write roles for minorities in general. But I'm also suggesting that you just make more characters different races, just because. A perfect example of this is John Boyega's character Finn in the new Star Wars movie. That character doesn't necessarily have to be black, but he was. And it didn't detract anything from the movie, it didn't add anything to the movie, he was just there. He was the character like everyone else. Why can't we have that? Why isn't that a more common thing? I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, come on, when Adam Sandler makes 5 times more than Meryl Streep, who is one of the greatest actresses of all time, there's a problem. A very serious problem. And this video could go on for hours, but I'm gonna leave it here because I know that I will let it go on for hours if I don't stop myself. I'm bad like that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. I'm sorry that I just had to make this video. I felt like this was an important issue and I needed to tackle it, and I just said I was gonna end it, and I'm gonna ramble even more. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to stay floaty, my friends. I love you. So what do you think about the whole entire Oscars controversy? Leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you think. But please, guys, try to keep it civil. Like, come on, we're better than that. Don't forget to also like, favorite, and subscribe to the channel. I think it's somewhere up there. I don't know. I don't remember. But anyway, I love you.